How's it going, Talk Forest TV? My name is Jack and welcome to my starting 11 predictions video for our Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff at the City Ground against Blackburn Rovers. I don't see there being a whole host of changes once again. Obviously, we did see a couple of changes in the last game. I think Samba will stay in goal 100%. There's no need to change him. I think he's been really, really good recently. Wasn't his fault for the goal. Just a fantastic header. Other players were to blame. And I think yeah, he's been really good for us. At right back, Christie was probably one of the players at fault for the goal. Should never let that cross come in. But I think he'll have to start again. Who else we got really at right back? Jenkinson. I'd be much more confident with Christie there, other than the mistake for the goal. He's been pretty solid over these past couple of games. Since Wickham, those past 3 games where we've been really good defensively. I would say that Christie's he's probably had his best spell at the club. In terms of the 2 centre backs, I'd play Joe Lolly. I would probably play them both who played against Swansea, Figueiredo and Worrell. If McKenna's back, then I'll play McKenna over Figueiredo. But I wouldn't be surprised if they both play alongside each other with Figueiredo right centre-back, Joe Worrell left centre-back. I don't think Joe Worrell we can afford to drop him at all. I think if we get an injury to him like we had at the start of the season, we could be in a spot of bother again. But I think, he's just really good. He's just such a reliable player, and a player who, regardless if he has the armband on his arm or not, he's just barking orders. He's keeping players' concentration up. He's keeping them ticking through the game, and I just think that he's just such an influential player within our side that you just can't drop him. In terms of left back now, I would probably revert back to Gaetan Bong. He was dropped for the Swans game. I don't know whether that was due to fitness or whether just Houghton wanted to play Ribeiro instead. But I think in the 3 games probably before that, with the Coventry game, I wasn't able to watch that one, so sometimes it slips my mind. But with Wickham, Coventry, Bournemouth, he was really good. And I think he has to probably start again. I think he'll be a bit aggrieved not to have started last night, and maybe if he started, that goal might not have happened. I'm not 100% sure, but I would definitely start Bong. I think he's looked really good, and he offers you something going forward. I know Ribeiro does as well, but you see the assist that he got for Murray against Wickham. You just gotta. I know he's a bit of a meme, and he's sort of a banter player because he came in and he's not really good and he's got a bit of a funny name, but he's really stepped his game up and he's been really, really good. And I'd start him over Ribeiro personally. In terms of the 2 in front of the defence, obviously it will be that 4-2-3-1 again. I think that's something that we'll be expected to see at Forest for a long time now. In terms of those 2, again, I'm going to stick with the same 2. I'm going to say Cafu and I'm going to say Joe Garner. I keep saying Joe Garner. James Garner. I think they look really, really good. I think Cafu has really, really come into himself. It was probably his best performance in a Forest shirt last night. I think he was really, really good. He carried the ball well. Even though he in his other games before this little run, when Sal's been out of the squad, he's not really looked like that sort of a defensive player, but he really does hold the fort down well alongside Garner. They both play really well together and complement each other. They're good on the ball, but they're also good defensively. They can sit in, they can keep structure, and also going forward they're able to get on the ball, pass things about, take on a player, beat a man. And I think both of them have to start together alongside each other. I think they'll be really important to see them together in the midfield. They're probably I wasn't really going to expect this. I thought we might struggle with those 2 in the midfield, but they're probably our best midfield partnership. I think maybe if Yates comes back in against some of the stronger sides, maybe play him over Cafu, but that's what I thought, maybe play Colback over Cafu last night, but we didn't need him. We didn't need a defensive player. They're both really, really good, and they can go forward and they can come back, and it's really, really nice to see that. And we really need to try and get Garner next season for another loan, because those 2 in the midfield could really take us places, and I'm really, really happy with the 2 of those together. So looking in terms of the wingers now, the right winger is definitely nailed on for me. It's going to be Antti Knockaert. I think he's one of our better players. He does, I do usually give him a little bit of criticism, probably over these last 2 or 3 games, about the fact that he does like to shoot a lot and he seems a bit greedy. But then I noticed after reading something on Twitter from another Forest fan that he has to, because there's not really many options, over the past 2 games. For sure, there's not really been many other options going forward. I think, maybe if we work, like I said earlier in my preview, if we work a bit more on our attacking scenarios, a bit more of the attacking unity, getting players to know where they should be and be on the same page, then there could be some more options for him. And I think if we play knockout, yeah, he's got to start. He's a real threat and one of our best attacking players. On the left, it's a bit of a difficult one, really. I mean, you've got Amiobi. I don't know if he's injured or just out of favour. Sorry. We've got Freeman. He didn't play last night because his wife gave birth, so congratulations to him and his wife. And then we've also got Joe Lolly, who I really, really like Joe Lolly, and he's been really, really good of late, and he's pulled us out some, really bad situations, and he's really sort of won games or got points on his own. You look at Luton at home, start of last year. You look at Aston Villa away in that 5-5. But sometimes he's just looked recently this season and the back end of last season like the shadow of his former self, and sometimes you'll see a good performance. You look at Derby away at the end of last season, but this season we've not really seen him at the level of what we expect of him. People say that Forest, they have this wild card in Joe Lolly who can just pull things out of the bag from absolutely nothing. And this season we haven't really seen that. He looks like he's trying a bit too hard, and when he gets his opportunity, he's looking a little bit frustrated at times. So I don't know. I don't know whether. Personally, I might go with Amiobi, but I don't know. I mean, you look at Amiobi's performance against Millwall, he was one of the best players on the pitch. He was exceptional. And then I think the last game he played was against Middlesbrough, which we lost, and he was very poor in. I mean, again, Mighton. Actually, I'll probably give Mighton a go. He just offers that little bit. He's a bit of a wild card, really. He's got that pace and that trickery that can just put the fear of I don't know what the fear of day, I guess the word is. I'm not really sure what I was trying to say there, but it just really chuck fear into the minds of all defenders he comes up against. So I'd go with Alex Mighton in that position. He's a bit more of a naive player, so he's not worried about maybe not doing something wrong. He's just worried about getting the ball, getting forward, trying to impress rather than trying not to change the manager's mind against not playing him. And I think when you give a young player the opportunity like that, they want to seize the moment instead of try and keep themselves in the squad for the long run, by not making too many mistakes. So yeah, I'd play Alex Mighton in there. In behind the striker, again, I'm going to say Philip Kovinovich. I think he's a very good player. I really like him. I think he's someone that we need to try and get on a permanent or maybe another loan, depending on what the situation is. I think he's someone that you look at and he can just, he offers more than just the ability to pass the ball. He's got a brilliant whip on him from corners. He can get into a good position defensively, which is something that we really need to look at under Chris Hughton. And yeah, I think we still got more to see from him, to be honest. For me, he's got that. He can give that bit of an X factor, I think. He's got that bit of something special, and I think we've got more to see from him. But you can see from what he's offered so far that even if he offers this level, he's still offering something very positive for the side. And then up front for me, I'm going to go with the veteran in Glenn Murray. I think grabbing's a really difficult one. It's really difficult to see because last season he was so good, and this season he just looked like a completely different player, someone void of confidence, someone who doesn't make the right decisions. He just sort of tried a little bit too hard again, like Joe Lolly. And I think if we play Glenn Murray, he knows where the goal is, he knows what he needs to do. He's a fantastic poacher, brilliant goal scorer, and I think you've really got to give it to him. He scored obviously twice against Wickham, had the best chance of the game for us against Bournemouth, and I think if he had more time last night, we could have seen him on the score sheet again. So I'd definitely go with him up front, and I'll definitely say for me that he has to start in whatever games he's fully fit to start. So yeah, I think that's all from me. So I'll run through the squad quick, the first team for Saturday's game, in my opinion, before I end this video. So I'll go with Samba, Christie, Figueiredo, Worrell, but I'll go with McKenna over Figueiredo if McKenna is fit. And I'll have Bond at left back. The two centre mids, I'll have Cafu and Garner. On the right, Knockout. On the left, Martin. In behind the striker, I'll have Philip Kovinovich. And then up front, I'll have Glenn Murray. So yeah, if you do want to see my thoughts about the game, my predictions, who I think will score, that sort of thing, then check out my my preview video. And yeah, smash the... I've just forgotten how to speak. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to Tuck Forest TV, TFTV Extra, and Dan at TFTV if you haven't already. And come on, you Reds.